What's up, everybody, and welcome to Found Flicks. On this Sees Explained, we're looking at
She Sees Red.
So what you've got is a quarter of a script for a feature-length movie. You've only got a quarter of the budget as well, and a quarter of the talent. So what do? Film everything, give a couple of doesn't really do anything choices, and then call it an interactive game movie. She Sees Red. The game opens to a man with blood coming out of his mouth. His head falls to the side, and we can see that he has misplaced his pencil. But who is the murderer? Well, it's someone in a hoodie and a hat. Cut to a nightclub. Bill, do your special dance. So we cut back to the nightclub, and it's the person in the hoodie and the hat, and we also see the bald man from before, and he is shown to be a security guard. Oh no! The killing scene has begun.
It's a pencil. What kind of pencil makes a gunshot?
He's like getting ready for the fight. He's like, with the sharpener.
Eat lead.
To be or not to be. It's enough joking around. It's a serious thing has happened. The man is now dead. The hoodie hat man is cable tied to a fallen shelf on the ground, right? He's desperately trying to get free. Oh, I want my freedom. Now we cut over to a woman who is walking into a nightclub. We aren't doing these cuts, by the way. This is them cutting. She flashes her badge.
Her what?
Her badges. Take a look at these IDs. He says, come right in. She says, we've received a tip about a man who has been killed in this very club. And the guard goes, I know, because we called the police. What do you mean a tip?
911, what's your emergency? I think someone's dead? Maybe. Rumor has it.
Now we're going to cut back again to the hoodie hat guy, and he's on the ground, and he manages to grab a glass bottle, and he smashes it on the shelf. Using the jagged edge of the bottle, he cuts the cable tie. Then he steals the shoelaces from the dead man, and then we cut back to the woman detective. They do happen. We've done that joke quite a... Hey, that's quite good. She/her lock.
Shlady lock.
Schwoman lock. The schwoman walks in with the badge, and the nightclub security walks in too. But the hooded man is already gone. He has escaped. So the schwoman calls for investigators, and she says, I'm gonna need some body bags, please. And then the detective walks over to the body, and the body is now tied to a shelf against the wall. Now the woman asks, hey, do you have any security cameras? Did you see what happened? But there are none in this room.
That's very small.
Now, while inspecting the body, she spots something up on the top shelf. Oh my gosh. The security move forward to help her, but she says no.
I'm independent. I don't need no man.
She also says, by the way, if you are withholding any evidence from me, that is an offense. But the nightclub owner is hesitant to give up any information because he does a lot of shady dealings.
Blood.
Now, the investigator is confused by the scene. She wonders, why didn't they just leave? Why did they take the time to tie this body up? But then, she figures it out. Oh,
I'm such a genius.
it's a message. The assailant is trying to tell the owner of the nightclub something, probably.
It's very vague. Couldn't just write a letter. Instead, you just have to kill a man. Figure it out yourself.
Now, the nightclub owner is quite defensive. He goes, I don't know nothing about nobody. I'm not a bad guy. But a woman's intuition is going off. She thinks something isn't right.
Is it going to be intuish him? Why can't it be intuish her?
Because no one understands what the fuck it's saying. She then finds a phone on the shelf. She turns it on. The wallpaper is the dead guard. Do I need a lawyer? No, but have your lawyer present. Good one.
But you might insist on his presence.
Bazinga.
Now, the investigator says that all this is starting to make sense. Of course.
Get out, I need to go to my mind palace.
Anyway, a flashback happens. All of a sudden, the hoodie hat man is tying up the security guard. We already know about this. And then the phone rings.
Hi honey, just leaving you a quick message to remind you that we have 3 kids at home, and you're the sole income provider, and my cancer's going really well. As long as we can keep paying for those medical treatments. Alright, kisses, mwah.
And then the master assailant silences it. Then it places the phone on the shelf next to the door and leaves. Now the assailant is just outside the door now. Oh my god. and they pull out a small map from their pocket.
It's just a napkin. Ketchup stains and mustard stains all over it.
Look at that map. It may as well be a house with like one of those roofs and like a cloud. The sun has sunglasses on it. Like, you couldn't memorize that? Now, they start to leave. We follow along with the assailant for a while until they are trapped in a corner by a guard who's walking in their direction. They make a distraction. He tips a water cooler bottle over, causing it to spill onto the floor. So the guard rushes to fix the problem.
What do I do?
By the time he's done, the assailant is gone. Well, he's good. Back to the investigator, who is standing at the same spot. She's thinking hard and thoughts are going through her brain.
Is it wet?
She figures out how the assailant escaped. Of course.
Water.
You're a genius!
She informs the nightclub owner that his staff are a bunch of amateurs. They are dumb and
smelly.
And one of them is bald. Back to the assailant escaping. The assailant is... Why are you cutting back and forth? This sucks. The assailant is in the kitchen now, and they sneak past the door and continue on.
Tips over the fryer. Hot oil everywhere.
Then the assailant goes to a hallway, and they casually walk through, even stopping to pick up a screwdriver for the maintenance man.
Got it? You got it, bud? Thanks a lot.
Back to present. The nightclub owner and the detective are talking to the maintenance man. Aha, I saw the assailant about an hour ago. Now, the maintenance man says, by the way, the assailant, he had a tattoo on his neck, and the tattoo was Chinese writing. Now, the detective asks the nightclub owner if he knows anyone with a tattoo like that. I don't know anyone who speaks Chinese, he says. Back to the assailant. He makes it to a door with a keypad on it. He approaches the door and starts punching in the code. Beep, bop, bop, boop.
000000001. Fuck yeah.
Suddenly, back to present. We see the detective at the same door. They are about to go in. Change scene again.
Getting whiplash.
Back to the assailant. It looks like an industrial fridge. He climbs up on a ladder and he unscrews the vent. He grabs a paint roller and he puts it up in the vent. What? He puts a paint roller up his vent? No.
What?
What?
What did you call me? I'm more than just a vent. Thank you very much.
He manages to slide down a bag within the vent, okay? And then, just as the assailant is about to free the bag, what is happening in this script?
I understand.
So here's the thing. Bezos is doing this script. Look, he's great with logistics and delivery, pretty good, but I got no idea what he's trying to say.
Don't make fun of him. He has a really gammy eye. Everything on the left side of the script is kind of lower.
He hasn't been the same since he came back from space. A security guard bursts in. Oh, you've caught me.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
He kicks the ladder which the assailant is standing on.
I'm just painting the inside of this vent, and you come along and
Can I help you? Now the two scuffle. But the assailant eventually manages to kill the guard.
tickling me.
Now, transition. We're in the present now with the detective and they enter the industrial fridge. They find the body. The bag is also still there. Oh, okay. One of the security guards asks the nightclub owner, how did he find out? To which the nightclub owner responds,
You tell me.
flashback to 3 hours earlier. Why don't you just tell the story linearly? We're now in an apartment, and the apartment belongs to the nightclub owner's sidekick. Now, the hooded assailant is also there, and he kills the sidekick. Back to present. The nightclub owner says he must have gone down the hall. It's all hall in it. Let's go. But the detective seems interested in the bag sitting nearby. The nightclub owner becomes agitated, telling the detective to move on. Come on, don't look at that bag, please. But she opens the bag. What is it, Bill? What's in the bag?
It's Jeff. Well, you silly boy, get out.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
It cuts back to the assailant instead, and we see cocaine. I mean, it's a club. I think that'd be cool, like...
Lego.
Hey, that would be pretty good. Now, back to the detective. All that's left is a photo of 2 people. A male and a female. One of the guards says, that is Yana. When the nightclub owner sees it, he tries to make a call, but it rings out. He then leaves stating he's going to go get his daughter. She's in big, big trouble. He then goes to the office and he finds a note. And the note says, Dad, it's dead here today.
Man, I'm not vibing it.
I went home. Maxim can fill in for me if he needs
This
to.
is a shitty employee.
The nightclub owner says that there's only one way out of here. Through the warehouse.
Wait, so the only one way out of the club is through a warehouse? It's a really bad place for a club to be.
You'd think there's like 4 fire exits.
Yeah, that is not up to standard.
Now, the detective asks the owner, who is the man standing beside his daughter in the photo? And he says, lots of men want to hang around her. She is very beautiful. My daughter. She's hot, hot, hot.
She developed well.
How you say I want to have sex with my daughter? Then he whispers for a guard to check the stash while he distracts the detective. So back to the assailant. He has quite a few bricks of cocaine, and he's standing in the nightclub owner's office, and he looks onto the dance floor. And we see that it's the beginning of the evening, and the waiter brings him his check. So he gets up, and he immediately punches the waiter in the mouth.
Here's your tip.
Security attempts to remove the man, and he throws up his hood. It's the guy from Assassin's Creed. He smashes a bottle over the guard's head, and then another guard puts his knee into his back. He is now on the ground. Back to the present. The nightclub owner removes a framed article from the wall. The article says, Russian drug mule found dead in Thailand prison. Ah, memories. Why is this framed? 12 dead and pile up.
It's not even about him. He just likes the article.
So well written. Wow. He continues to speak with the detective. He says, my daughter has been managing this club for several months. She knows everything about this club. Now, the detective asks for her number. He says, no, there's no point. She has a boyfriend.
But he goes to a different school. You wouldn't know him.
And also, she's not picking up. So don't bother. The detective goes, your lawyer should be here. And then she does like a really smug smile to camera like she's a genius. Then one of the guards then realizes that a rifle is missing. They quickly take cover when they see that the assailant has the rifle, and it's all happening in real time now.
Whoa.
The detective orders the blinds be shut and the door is locked.
That'll stop the bullets.
Bodyguards do so.
Jeez.
She then presses a button on her earpiece on her cochlear implant. She's just listening to music. She's like connecting her Bluetooth to her phone. She's like, oh yeah, what is on NPR?
Hey there, podcast listeners. Ira here.
She waits a moment and she tells the bodyguards that they can get up. Oh, thanks.
Bang.
Then the owner says, we need backup. Now, we will find the bastard. The detective says, actually, we don't need backup. She then rotates the screen to show the CCTV.
Fuck, she's good.
She's so good. Now, you can see the assailant on one of these cameras, right? Right? Now, the owner gets his gun, and he goes to kill him. The lady detective says, no, don't do it.
Violence is never the answer.
But he does anyway. He rocks up to the door, and he starts firing into it. Kablam, 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 times 6. Then he looks through the bullet hole.
What did I shoot? Shit, this is just the outside of the building.
Cut to 6 hours earlier. Ugh. It's a woman. The detective. She puts on a wig. She has a photo on her mirror.
Yep.
And it's of her and a man. And the man's hairstyle is the same as this wig. Then the nightclub security guard walks in and they nod at each other. Oh my god.
The plot thickens.
Back to the owner. He opens the door and walks in to find that he's shot his daughter.
Oh, fuck.
That's kind of fucked up.
Oh shit. The detective calls her higher ups. She says there's been a triple homicide at the nightclub. Also, you need to check the room where they store these chairs, because there's cocaine in it. Then the bodyguard friend snaps the phone off her. Now all the detective wants is a good night's sleep. She's very tired from thinking so much.
Cut back to 3 months earlier, and we're in the nightclub car park. A man waits in the car. A bag is dropped into the back seat, and the owner's daughter hops into the car. She says, "You good?" And he says, "Yeah."
I'm great, thanks for asking.
That's the end.
Did you follow this? I couldn't follow this.
Not really.
This is kind of nonsense.
Yeah, kind of stupid. Like, what's the point?
Okay, so here's what happened, right? The hoodie hat man and the woman detective are the same person. She's not really a detective at all, by the way, and she had a partner, this dude, and he is the same guy from that article about the dead guy found in the Thailand prison. So what had happened is, this guy worked for the owner of the nightclub as a drug mule, got killed on the job. The nightclub owner's daughter was also there, and she should have gone to prison as well, but she didn't because they're rich and stuff, so they get off scot-free. And so the partner of this dead guy decided, haha, how better to get my revenge than to kill 3 bodyguards and then have him murder his daughter in self-defense, because that's what the CCTV cameras will show. Like, he wouldn't go to jail for what he did, except for maybe the cocaine.
Yeah. But then how did we cut back to the assailant when they had the rifle? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I suppose it's faked footage. Like, she went in and, like, swapped the tapes around. Who gave her that map? Who gave her the code?
I like the idea that she's walking around this entire place, right? And she's, like, looking at her own work, and she's like, I'm very smart.
That's basically it.
She's basically just praising herself, being like, this is where they stood.
Whoever this criminal is, they're brilliant.
Whoa. Brilliant.
How is this a game? Alright, so this is made in Kazakhstan. That's why it doesn't sync up.
We're gonna keep moving, and you're gonna do your fucking job.
I think they never really thought it through.
This, to me, just smells...
That's me, I apologize.
There's another stink in here. It smells like low budget. How can we make a buck out of this? Because no one is going to take it.
We've got one hallway to film in. High quality of filmmaking, plus its combination of brevity and replayability. Imagine watching this more than once. This is a grown-up FMV title with strong execution by Polygon. Never trust a review from Polygon ever.
Yeah, you don't know how many sides they have.
They are in league with big rhino tails. Anyway, so I guess that's what a nightclub in Kazakhstan looks like. Kind of interesting. It's just hallways. I want to do many more of these. These are great.
You're a genius!